Larson Show. The big unit is ready to go. The Greg Larson Show. Muck around on the Mazapan. A fresh custard in his hand. The greatest podcast in all the land. Greg Larson Show. Yeah. Great, just what we need, another podcast show.
Good.
Do you want to have headphones on?
Nah. Do you want me to have headphones on?
Well, I don't want to be the only one with headphones.
I prefer to go raw, but you know.
No, it's fine. I don't prefer to go raw. But no, you can not have headphones. Don't have headphones.
Hang
don't
on,
have
wait, let me.
1, 2, 1,
1,
2.
2, 1, 2.
Don't have headphones if you don't want.
Yeah, I
headphones.
might not have headphones. I like to be raw.
Wow.
I like to hear your real voice.
Yeah.
And wait, are you playing cues?
Cues.
Like your little things?
Oh no.
Like when you press a little button and a noise comes out? Because then I'll put the headphones on.
No, I'm not doing that.
Okay.
I haven't figured out how to integrate that with the studio.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's always more complicated than it needs to be.
Yeah.
But I also like the way you said cues.
Cues. Are you going to play your cues?
Your cues.
By the way, that is the word or phrase I think that Americans can't understand that Australians say. Huge cues.
Huge cues.
There's huge queues for this place. And they go, what the fuck are you saying? They don't get it.
Huge
Because
cues.
they call them lines.
Lines.
That's a big line.
And this is what I hate about Americans, among many things, is they don't say I'm waiting in the line.
Yeah.
They say I'm waiting online.
I'm waiting online.
Like they don't, I don't even think they say on the line. They say online.
They're online.
Yeah, I'm just online for the.
I'm online for this.
And it's like, what do you mean? The web?
Are you surfing web right now?
Are you surfing the web or what are you doing, you cunt?
They're not even doing anything. They're standing.
Yeah.
They're standing still usually because if they say I'm waiting online, the line's not usually moving very fast.
It's bullshit.
But that's why I like to say huge queues.
Yeah.
They got huge queues.
The huge queues. Do they say, so they don't say queue at all?
I don't think they say queue.
That's fucking crazy.
Unless they're talking about James Bond's Gadget Man. Or the all-knowing being from Star Trek, The Next Generation.
Yeah, cute. Okay, I'll say this now. This is unrelated, and this is by the way, welcome to the podcast, everybody. This is Greg with Alexei.
Hi, Greg. I'm Alexei.
Hi, Alexei. I'm Greg. This is going to be the big boy film trilogy. We're going to record a bunch in a day, but it'll be different episodes.
Yes, 3, in fact.
3 episodes.
As to make up the fact that it will be a trilogy.
Yeah, and like Lord of the Rings, we're going like, no, a trilogy, it doesn't work if you finish one and then go into pre-production of the next one. No. You've got to start from the start.
So we are in Auckland, and we are spending 18 months in Auckland right now.
Yeah. And 2 months into it, I'll recast Alexei. I'll be like, he's not quite right for the role.
Yeah, sorry, mate. And then you'll never hear from me ever again.
Yeah.
I'll become an obscurity.
Yeah. That's actually a reference to how they recast Aragorn.
Yes.
Who was?
Someone, Townsend, something, I think. Stuart Townsend. See, I don't even register, mate.
Man, that sucks.
But not for us, because we got to see Viggo.
Yeah.
We got to see Viggo in the role.
Hey, do you want to know a little bit of movie trivia?
I'd love to.
In the movie Lord of the Rings.
By the way, I've never heard any trivia about Lord of the Rings
before.
So whatever you say could blow my mind.
Yeah. You know this scene where Viggo kicks the orc helmet?
Let me guess. This is the approximately 25 minutes into Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers, where Gimli, Legolas, and Viggo Mortensen playing Aragorn have been trying to track down Pippin and Merry, who have been kidnapped by Uruk-hai.
Yes, exactly. And they find a pile of burned orcs.
Yeah.
And the Rohirrim.
Yeah,
have said that they left none alive.
Yeah, wow.
And they think, oh no, Merry and Pippin have been burned.
Yeah.
And
they're
Aragorn,
in that pile of burned up orcs and stuff.
Aragorn kicks a helmet.
Yeah, I remember it because when I see that moment, I go, my God, this is one of the greatest actors I've ever seen because his performance in that moment when he kicks that helmet, it feels pained when he does that.
Yeah.
I go, this is one of the greatest actors. How can somebody possibly within themselves pretend to be that pained?
Yeah, well, I've got a bit of trivia for you.
Yes.
At the exact moment that he kicked that helmet, he cummed in his pants. And a little known fact about Viggo Mortensen, he has painful cums.
Oh,
he has a rare condition where
he comes out with little kidney stones when he comes.
Where coming feels bad.
Oh, God.
So he hates it. So normal people love to cum. Viggo Mortensen
he doesn't
hates
like
to cum.
it. But that's a good actor's trick then. That's probably why he's one of the great actors.
Yeah.
Because he can charge up backstage before he jumps into the moment. He charges up, he fluffs up, and then gets in there, goes, for this moment where I must feel pain, you better believe I'm going to ejaculate a stone out there, a calcified stone at the tip of my penis at the right moment.
That's and that's a true fact. Anyone can look it up, but please don't.
Look it up on imdbtrivia.com.
Yeah. Type in, just go into like Bing video search and type in huge cum, painful cum. And you should find results.
Top 5 links, I reckon. It'll be the top 5 links.
And then go compilation. I forget what I was going to say. Well, what the fuck were we talking about?
We'll talk about huge cues. I didn't know that was going to be part of the podcast.
Oh yeah, okay.
But we're talking movie.
We're talking movies. So this first episode, this is a little chit chat, but the next one will be controversial opinions. But I want to say one controversial opinion now, because we mentioned Q.
Yeah,
and I don't feel like this classifies as movie chat because it's not. It's the Star Trek Next Generation TV series.
Television. Q was never in the movies, I don't think.
No. Q was not in the movies as far as I'm aware. Q's a fan favorite.
Yes.
And I recently rewatched Star Trek The Next Generation. A little bit of comfort.
Yeah.
See, sometimes you just want a little comfort watch.
Of course. Greg deserves comfort.
Yeah. I deserve a little bit of comfort.
Something to soothe the mind.
And I believe that Q, whilst the episodes are fun and entertaining, I do like the Q episodes.
You were feeling comforted by them.
Yes. I felt comforted by the Q episodes, but Q is like in a way the worst character in Star Trek.
Really?
Like the episodes are fun
Worse
to
than
watch.
Mr. Mudd or whatever from the original series?
I haven't seen the original series. I've never seen the original series. I'm not that much of a Trekhead.
I've seen most of the original series. I've not seen too much Next Generation, but I have seen Enterprise.
Wow.
Yeah, I like Enterprise. I like Scott Bakula.
I've actually not seen, if I'm being honest, I've not seen anything but the Next Generation. I've seen the Next Generation.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen a couple of the films.
Yeah. Insurrection, Nemesis.
Voyager, I remember watching back in the day.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll watch Voyager again. But Q, it just breaks, like it's fun, but Q just breaks the whole show because Q's like,
God, right?
I can just do anything. Yeah.
Yeah, he's God.
Yeah. And at what point do you just go, oh, well, nothing matters.
Yeah.
Q can just do anything.
Yeah.
Like,
I think that's why I don't like Q.
Yeah.
And when I say that, I said I don't like Q. I do like you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
And you like me or?
Yeah. So let's move on with the... Alexei, I love you.
Oh,
you're a wonderful man.
Thank you, sir.
So I think I just want to chat about what we've been watching recently, what we've been seeing recently. This is film chat. This is film buff films.
Big boy film buff chat. We're talking big buff film boy.
And the big one, and also, and I'll say, let's just go. This is the spoiler zone.
Wow. Welcome to the spoiler zone.
Welcome to the spoiler zone. If we talk about a movie, we're just going to talk about the movie. I don't think there's I want to talk about the Odyssey.
Oh, wonderful. Yes.
So I feel like we're just going to talk about the Odyssey. And I feel like two things for potential spoiler warnings is one, surely you're aware of the Odyssey.
Surely. You've had 3,000 years to catch up with it in some way, and you've probably experienced it via osmosis of some kind.
Or school.
Yeah, from school.
Like we didn't have to read the Odyssey at school, but we did. Or maybe it was like one class, like a history class or something. But we did study the Odyssey to some extent, and then
I don't think I had to study it, but I read it in school.
Yeah,
during the Premier's reading challenge, I read a translation of the Odyssey.
Premier's reading challenge.
The Premier in New South Wales set a reading challenge where kids had to read 20 books
And do you get a pizza?
You get a sticker, I think, and a
Fuck
certificate. I think
that
my parents
shit.
would have given me pizza in the meantime. I wasn't suffering no pizza.
Did you get
I was eating pizza at that time.
Did you do that book it? Was that where did you grow up? New South Wales?
Grew up in Sydney.
Yeah.
I grew up in Sydney, the city of Sydney.
Yeah. So I don't know if it was where we had one called like Book It.
Book it.
I think it was called Book It. Where you can get a Pizza Hut personal pan pizza.
That's the difference between New South Wales and the Queensland education system. Ours was the prestigious Premier's Reading Challenge where you got a certificate to signify that you were learning. You did Book It and you got a pizza at the end of reading a book.
Yeah, like
was it a book per pizza?
It was like 5 books per pizza. So you get
little
stickers.
That's a
and
book
then you get
slice
you get
almost.
a personal pan pizza.
A personal pan pizza.
Pizza Hut used to do like little. They used to do like a pizza that was as big as your face.
Yeah. Wow.
And now, honestly, with shrinkflation.
And you said it as your challenge. You go, I got to get my face so big so the pizzas keep getting bigger.
Yeah. And
but like you said, shrinkflation. The pizzas are probably all that 1 pound size now.
Pizzas
are mini, bro.
They're tiny little pizza.
I order a Domino's and I open it up and I go, wow, okay, so what? This is a little English muffin that you've put in here?
Yeah.
With a couple of toppings on top?
That's bullshit.
That is bullshit.
I went to originally was at Melbourne's famous Lygon Street.
Yeah, a lot of Italians.
A lot of Italian fare.
Yeah.
And I went with my partner because I said, well, actually, yeah, it was quite interesting because
you said, love, you've read a book, let's get a pizza.
No, we saw the Ancient Rome exhibit.
Oh, yeah.
At the Melbourne Museum. And I didn't even think about this. Then we went, let's get Italian food.
Wow.
But we didn't even put
You
those
said,
two
let's
dots
see what they're getting up to these days.
Yeah, let's have a look. We've seen the ancient Romans. Let's see the modern Romans. And then we went to Lygon Street with no plan as to specifically where we're going to go for lunch.
Yeah.
And then I made my little joke. I love to make it. We saw a Domino's. I was like, oh, you got to, if you want traditional Italian, you got to get down to Lygon Street in Melbourne. They have a Domino's there. Bellissimo. You can get your double barbecue bacon cheeseburger pizza.
Do you think they're working a little bit harder, the Domino's in Lygon Street?
I would hope so.
They're working they're working a little bit harder, or do you reckon they're slacking off because they're like, the competition's so strong, they go, well, it's not for us.
Yeah, it's a different beast, isn't it? When you get a traditional Italian pizza versus
and if you get a meat lover, there's many different beasts.
Yeah, well, what region is the meat lovers?
Probably from like the caves, I reckon.
Yeah,
the caves and sewer dwellings in Rome.
There's just a guy. You go down the sewers in Rome, and there's a guy going, "I'm making you the meat lovers." The fuck are we talking about?
We're talking about Odyssey, and then we talked about the Premier's Reading Challenge.
Yeah, the Premier's Reading Challenge. If you don't know about the Odyssey, like I went into the Odyssey knowing, you forget specifics.
Yes.
But I was like, I know about the sirens. I know about the Cyclops.
I didn't remember the Mycenaeans. The big monster, tall giant.
Oh, yeah.
Are they Mycenaeans or what are they called?
I can't even remember. Can't even remember. Big boys.
Forgot about them. But I remember the sirens. I remember Circe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I remember the Odyssey.
Yeah.
And I saw the Odyssey. You've seen the Odyssey.
I've seen the Odyssey.
I mean, everyone's bloody seen the Odyssey.
Most people have seen the Odyssey, so they've entered the spoiler zone where we can spoil the Odyssey.
Yeah, we can spoil the Odyssey. And I mean, it's like I'm not going to go blow by blow into, but I talked to you when you had seen the Odyssey.
Yeah,
and then you were like, you're gonna enjoy this flick, I believe.
Yes, I did think that you would enjoy it because I know you like a historical kind of epic.
Yeah.
But also you love the classic texts.
Yeah. I love the classics. I love the histories.
You love epic grand.
Yeah. Big time.
Yeah.
And so I went to see the Odyssey. I went with a friend of the show, not friend of mine, Mark Bonanno.
Yeah.
We decided we were going to I thought about the IMAX thing and I'll get into this in a later episode called How Do We Get People Back in the Cinema or something like that.
Yeah.
But the basic thing was like, we can either wait for 2 months to see it at IMAX in 70 mil.
Yeah.
Or we could see it now at the Sun Theatre in Yarraville.
Beautiful cinema.
in 70mm film.
Yeah.
And not in IMAX format.
Yeah.
And then also we spent the first 10 minutes with Mark going, I think this is the IMAX format. And I'm like, it's not. And he's like, it looks like it might be. And I'm like, it's not. Shut the fuck up. I think it's the IMAX format. It's not the IMAX. Anyway, went to the Sun in Yarraville. Shout out to the Sun. What a I love
Great
that cinema.
Shout out to the Sun.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Sun.
But what was funny is the guy who works at the Sun, like when you see a film in 70mm there, when you see a film in film at the Sun, usually there'll be like
a presentation. Someone will go, thank you for coming
Thanks
to see
for coming.
35 or 70mm.
Yeah. And he came and he sort of went like, oh, well, this is our 70mm. We've got a 70mm projector.
Yeah.
He goes, Tarantino actually came here when The Hateful Eight was released.
Famously.
And he was like, this is and he goes, and then he pulls out a strip of 35mm film from his pocket. And he goes, this is 35mm film, but that's not what we're seeing today. And then he pulled out a strip of 70mm film, which is slightly bigger.
I would say it's exactly double.
Yeah. In fact, you would be, without even looking it up, I think you are correct.
Yeah.
I think you are right.
Yep.
He pulled out a piece of 70, but like it is double, but at the same time, it's a piece of film in his hand and we're quite far away.
You're far away.
And everyone in the cinema just went,
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what would be a baller move? Because everyone's so far away, you're holding up and it is grotesque pornography because no one could see it, but you're holding up a controversial image of grotesque pornography.
Grotesque pornography.
Yeah.
Like not just grotesque.
It's a grotesque pornography that you're showing them. Because no one can see it, but you've got 6 frames of horrendous imagery in your hands.
It's a scat film. Yucky. But yeah, he held up the 70mm film, but it did it in a way that he was waiting for everyone to go,
yeah.
And no one did. But then someone out of pity went, wow. And then like 6 people clapped.
Yeah.
And he was like, thank you.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So it was an interesting experience. But we saw the Odyssey. And I texted you.
Yeah, you did text me afterwards. Do you want me to read the text you sent me?
Yeah, please.
I'll read the text out loud.
The text. And then also, and there's no reply from Alexei beneath.
Yeah, I didn't reply because I thought I knew that I would be seeing you soon. So I was like, I will save this.
Yeah, we'll save it. Save it for the pod.
Here we go. This is the text. You said, I saw the Odyssey and I loved it, except for one shitty line of dialogue towards the end about the Bronze Age collapsing, which was so lame to me, but a testament to how much I loved the movie. That was the only criticism I had. A single line of dialogue. What the flick? Oh no, you said, what a flick? And I said, fuck yeah, Greg, with heaps of exclamation marks. And then you said, I was so impressed with how simultaneously big and restrained it was. So often historical epics look like cartoons with impossibly big cities and sweeping CGI shots. The whole world felt grounded and real and lived in, and the tone was perfect. It's not trying to be historically accurate at all, but at the same time felt historically truthful, if that makes sense. It just ticks every box for me. And I would agree with you. It's ticking those same boxes for me too. I loved it too.
Yeah, but I will say it's funny to hear that text read back to me. Also funny that's how I would talk in a text.
It was very effusive. It's not even how I would think of you texting me normally.
Yeah.
But
I was enamored with the film. But the problem with Christopher Nolan movies that I have, and I feel like it's the same thing that happens with everyone, and it happens either one day or 1 week or even 1 month after I've seen it. I see it at the cinema, I go, fuck yes. And then a little bit later I go, hang on a second. And I go, ugh. And then there's things I think that was probably his best movie.
Yeah.
And I will say that. But I also will say, and I won't save this for the controversial opinions pod, I'll just say it now. I don't like Christopher Nolan movies broadly because he's the best director and he has the worst dialogue.
Yeah.
And I remember, actually I quite like Dunkirk, but I remember seeing Dunkirk and just thinking thank God he didn't have a character I was sure there was going to be a character who was like a French civilian
Yep.
who would be like following them around and
Yeah.
they'd go, so what's happening now is the Germans, who are the Nazis, are fighting us in a war. Like, I was like, that's going to happen. Like, I remember it's like in The Dark Knight, there's a scene where like they find the two dead bodies and then like someone Harvey and then someone else Dent.
Yeah.
And then they go, Harvey Dent. I'm like, yeah, I know, cunt.
Yeah, we know. He's one of the three guys that we know who by name in this movie.
Yeah, it's like, I know.
Yeah.
And I also hate how he does. I hate how Nolan tries to be tricky even when there's no call for being tricky.
Yeah.
Where he'll be like, I want to have like a little twist. There's got to be a twist. There's got to be a little bit of a twist somewhere. And like in Oppenheimer, I remember the twist is that Robert Downey Jr. is actually kind of backstabbing him.
Yep.
But it was played off as if I really felt like it was played off like this was as big a twist as Bruce Willis finding out he's a ghost.
Yeah.
When in reality, I was like, oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Like
What, this politician was an asshole? Yeah.
Like, okay. And honestly, I think the movie would have been better if they just, I honestly think Oppenheimer would have been better if he did it in just chronological order. Like, I don't think it needed to be jumping around.
I think it's I pretty much agree with you, Greg, because I would say I describe myself as like Nolan agnostic, where I probably like or love most of his movies. And I think The Odyssey is my favorite of all of them too. But also I was 15 years old when The Dark Knight came out in cinema. And I remember vividly every single second of sitting in that cinema. I remember the entire day leading up and around it as well. Like I just remember it so vividly.
Yeah.
But I think that often is his weakness. I think he's a very effective communicator, but sometimes that can be inelegant, where he has these big, broad blockbuster tastes, and those are the kind of movies he makes. So he does have to communicate to a really big audience, and sometimes people do need to remember Harvey and Dent are the names of the character.
Yeah,
but I think the Odyssey mainly felt like elegant communication.
Yeah,
it was more about the visual communication than like dialogue all the time.
Yeah,
but then there's other movies of his own. Tenet I thought was a stinker.
Well,
Tenet was.
I knew I would hate Tenet, and I never saw it because I know I will hate it.
Yeah.
But in the Odyssey, I think what I figured out. I think what I figured out is that Christopher Nolan doesn't have human emotions.
Yeah. Wow.
I think he doesn't feel things.
Wow.
Because I feel like when I watch his films, I can't think of any film that wouldn't fit into this. They're fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Like they look so awesome. Every fucking action sequence is so fucking awesome. There's characters that are like really like cool in a way that
like Batman and Joker.
Yeah. But Mark said something to me the other day.
Friend of the show,
not friend of mine.
He's a friend of mine. But he's more colleague. We're not that close.
Yeah. But he said something to me the other day that I found really interesting. He just goes like, because he I think he's gone off the Odyssey. More than I like. Yes. I went like, I love this, and then I went, oh yeah, I like it. But he was like, he said something to me right where he goes, describe George Costanza the character, like without physical description.
Yes,
describe what he's like. And I'm like, yeah, he's neurotic. He's
cheap.
He's cheap. He's egotistical. Blah blah.
Yeah,
and then he's like, now describe Odysseus.
Yeah,
in the Christopher Nolan movie, The Odyssey.
Yeah. And you can't use Homer's famous lines of a man of twists and turns.
Yeah. Like just describe what he's like. And I'm like, he's
kind of like Jason Bourne.
Yeah. He's like, he's
kind of like the guy from Downsizing.
Yeah.
He reminds me of a guy that bought a zoo once.
Yeah. He likes dem apples.
How about him?
And it's something that I think, like, I don't care about being true to the book text necessarily. Yeah. But the problem is, like, the Odysseus' whole thing in the text is like he's a genius, right?
Yeah.
Like he's the smartest man alive.
Yeah.
And I feel like that doesn't necessarily come across in the movie. even though, I mean, I guess it doesn't matter, but it's like, for me, it was like, yeah, it's just like, it's an amazing, just cool shit happens every scene. I felt like, I feel like, fuck yeah, holy shit. Like those are my emotions. My emotions aren't like, oh, I care about anyone. If that makes sense.
That makes sense. I think for me with Nolan, I felt that way more about the early part of his career, where I felt there were he's not an emotional filmmaker, I don't think.
Yeah.
But then I think this later part of the career, Tenet notwithstanding, but I would say from Dunkirk onwards, I think they've been emotional films. Even I think Interstellar was one I felt cold to when I first saw it. But then I revisited it maybe 4 or 5 years ago. I found it tremendously emotional. I was really moved by it.
Yeah.
And I think there's something in, I don't know. I actually found the Odyssey to be quite emotional. I think of the way it communicates through visual, where you've kind of got these, it's not quite like a patchwork editing style, but it's kind of like this overlapping editing style where you have a moment where something is felt by a character on screen, probably Odysseus, and then you have a moment where there's a flashback or a flash forward. But it's this kind of like overlapping style of temporal spaces where it kind of overlaps on each other to create a visualization of what a moment feels like. And I found that to be really elegant translation of that, where I didn't really anticipate that from him.
Yes. I don't understand what you mean exactly, but
it's almost like montage. The way he like the film is kind of constructed in montage. Like it's more about feeling of a cut than like presentation of a cut. And I think there's something in that montage that the film kind of communicates through. Almost like, this film almost feel like a music video or trailer.
That's and that to me was like my biggest. I think he got that right in the Odyssey.
Yeah,
I think when I tried to rewatch Oppenheimer, I was like, oh man, I feel like I'm watching a 3-hour trailer for Oppenheimer. Yeah, like it actually, I feel like he didn't get that right in Oppenheimer. But like for me, the two things that I keep thinking of, or three that I keep thinking of, and this is big spoiler time.
Yeah.
This is big spoiler time for end of movie.
Yes, we're going to the end of the movie.
Yeah. But like when he comes back.
Yeah.
And this is
he arrives back in Ithaca.
And when he sees his dog, and that was the saddest thing for me, is like his dog was waiting for him, and his dog was like lying on a dung heap.
Yeah, the dog was manged.
And this was a moment where I was like, you fucked it, right? To Nolan as a director. And this is what made me think maybe he doesn't feel things. Is the dog dies after Odyssey, like the dog waits for Odyssey. Like that is such a sad moment.
I've been in theory on this sack of shit for weeks and years.
Waiting for Odysseus, and then he comes back. The dog dies, except I mean, I have to rewatch it now, but except I was like, I'm watching it, the dog wags its tail, and then Odysseus goes, bury him, in this place. And then I went, oh, did the dog just die? I had to, like, after the scene had happened, I went, wait, did that dog just die?
Yeah.
Like, hold on it for a second.
Yeah.
Like,
zoom in, show the dog dying on screen.
Like,
show the breath stopping.
Have a pause where it sinks in for a second.
Yeah.
Like there was I was like, oh, I get, nothing will make me cry more than a dog dying.
Yeah.
I didn't even get to time to register. I was oh, I guess the dog died in that.
You would have loved to have cried.
I would have loved to have had a cry in the film. I would have, if Mark said, what are you doing? I would have said, I'm just coming.
Yeah. Sorry, I've got a condition much like Viggo Mortensen's where something happens within me where I have a psychological and physiological reaction where I see dogs die and I come and then I cry.
But it's not crying. It's just liquid.
It's just liquids. Yeah. I've got whenever I ejaculate, liquid comes out of most places.
Yeah. That I didn't like. And then the line that I said in my text, the line of dialogue, and there's actually two lines of dialogue. One is like, and I've talked to a few people about this who have seen the Odyssey.
Yeah.
And what annoys me about it is it's not like, you know, the Harvey Dent line in The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
Like that is a line where he's not trusting the audience.
Yeah.
And maybe rightly, maybe wrongly, whatever. But he's going, I need to make sure the audience understand.
That they're on with it.
Yes. But in this, like at no point does I think a normal broad audience know or necessarily care that this takes place in the historical time period known as the Bronze Age. There's no need to bring that up or reference it whatsoever. And also, there's no way that people in the Bronze Age were going, we're in the Bronze Age right now.
Yes, we're in Bronze Age. We can't wait to get to gold.
Yeah, and there's a line where like he goes like, this age of bronze is collapsing.
Yeah.
And I literally like, I was like, I felt like the whole movie, I was like, please don't have a fucking shit line. Like, please don't fuck this up. And then when that happened, I was like, you fucked it up. Why would you have that line? I hated it so much. And then I hated, they make these references, right, to the Sea Peoples.
Yeah, the Sea People.
The Sea People. And as a bit of a history nerd, like that is interesting to me because I kind of liked the references to the Sea People because and this is welcome now to History 101.
Yeah.
The Bronze Age collapse.
Yes.
Which happened roughly around the time period that the Odyssey might be set. All these civilizations collapsed. And to this day, there's no concise historical reason why.
Why?
But they believe, or not they believe, there's lots of historical documents that reference people called the Sea People.
Like Crabman, do you reckon?
Like Crabman. Yeah. like Crabman. And these Sea People were raiding and they don't know who they were exactly. There's theories. A lot of them think they come from like Western Europe.
Yep.
Or just general pirates or displaced people in general, blah, blah, blah. They were at least partly responsible or totally responsible for the Bronze Age collapse.
Yeah.
And in the movie, they kind of reference it, right? And a couple of times, like I think it's like Menelaus, the Spartan king. He's like, oh, we're getting raids from the Sea People. Maybe it was him. I can't remember who.
I can't remember. I haven't seen the movie once.
Yeah, I've only seen
and I didn't take notes.
Yeah, I had my notebook out, cunt. I was a notebook. I had a laptop with Wikipedia.
You're cross-referencing.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Battle Station was ready for Greg.
Yeah. People hated it at the cinema too.
You're clicking and you're clacking.
I bought my full rig. I bought
your standing desk that you set up.
Standing desk, a mechanical keyboard. And the keyboard lights up as well. Yeah. Headset. I'm live streaming.
Yeah.
It was hell for everyone else. But I like, okay.
You got a window of grotesque pornography open.
Yeah, I got a window. Yeah. The porno was playing loud too. I had that, like, I had headphones on, but I had
You had forgot to plug it in.
I forgot to plug it in. So
you couldn't tell how loud it was.
I kept turning it up because I'm like, it's not that loud.
Yeah.
Like I'm turning the pornos up. It was a fucked experience.
For many around you, I would presume as well.
I got bashed so many times afterwards.
That sucks, mate.
But
I hate to see a soldier get taken out like that.
But but the Sea, what was it termed? The Sea Peoples?
Yeah, the Sea Peoples.
The Sea People, yeah. So like what I'm saying is like that's a cool little reference for like a history nerd.
A history nerd like yourself.
Yeah, but it doesn't necessarily affect the plot or anything like that. It's kind of like, for me, it was like, oh, it's a little reference, right?
It gives some historical context perhaps as well.
Yeah. And I felt and as a dumb man who loves going on the internet.
Yeah.
Little things like that, like, oh, I feel smart because I know about the Sea Peoples.
Yeah. I know about the sea monkeys.
Yeah.
And that's what I was imagining. When he said the sea people, I go, okay, the sea monkeys are going to come up for the final act.
That would be wild. But then at the end of the movie, she was like, you are the Sea Peoples. Like there had to be a little twist. Like they were the Sea People the whole time, except they only referenced them like twice. So, and it was played like this big holy shit
Yeah.
revelation when it was like, what?
To me, that probably didn't even register.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's why it sucks.
Yeah.
Because for me, it registered and I hated it.
Yeah.
And then when I talked to like my brother, for example,
Yeah.
he was like, oh, I don't even remember. And I'm like, that's why it sucks, because it doesn't help anyone.
Because I'm more in the mythological aspect of the story.
Yeah.
And then that barely registered for me, I would say.
And it felt to me like a great film. There were so many things I loved about it. I loved I love practical effects.
Yeah.
I love the way that Troy looked like a real city and not this bullshit like in the movie Troy, where it's like, obviously it's not going to be that big. Like we couldn't build something that good. We could, because we've got machines.
We have big machines.
And
we can 3D print.
We can 3D print fucking Troy.
Yeah, we 3D print Troy out, mate.
Yeah. But like everything about the movie I loved until literally the end.
Wow.
And I just feel like it was like, and the more I think about the end, the more it pisses me off, because it was like, this age of bronze is collapsing. You don't know that.
Yeah.
You don't know what's going on.
You don't know it's the age of bronze.
You don't know it's the age of bronze.
We don't know what age we're in right now. Probably I don't know what these age of 3D printing.
Yeah, they'll tell us in 2,000 years, but we won't know unless
be like, that was the age where Domino's Pizza got pretty tiny.
Yeah, they could call it the age of little dommies.
Yeah.
Little dommy age. But like, and then at the end he's like, our society will collapse and people will forget how to write, but they'll come back.
Yeah.
Why? It felt like he's trying to tack on a message.
Yeah.
That really kind of had nothing to do with what felt like a pretty personal.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. It feels like a personal story. A man going on this fucking journey, trying to get back to his wife, blah, blah, blah. Like, and then just tack on a message like society, and then, but also what are you trying to say? Like, I felt like I was like, what is the message here? And what are you trying to say? Just fucking make the movie look cool. Shut up.
Yeah. I did make the movie look cool.
He did. And it was cool. Like I say all this, I'll be seeing it again in IMAX.
In IMAX, that 70 millimeter IMAX.
Yeah, I'll definitely see it again. It was a great movie.
Yeah.
It was a really great movie. I just wish that
he didn't say that.
He didn't say that stuff.
Yeah, he didn't say Bronze Age was ending. Can I tell you the thing that I really was moved by and what I found quite beautiful?
Please.
Especially because I had rewatched Troy like everyone else was rewatching Troy and stuff.
Yeah.
Which is, it's Troy. It's like not that. It's whatever. It's a kind of a not very exciting movie. It has some interesting adaptation things that I do appreciate. Maybe I don't love. But one thing that I found disappointing on the revisit of Troy was there's no. The gods are essential to the story of the Iliad and to the Odyssey.
Yeah.
And their gods are not present at all in Troy. Like it's a kind of almost a realistic approach where it's like the gods probably don't exist or whatever.
Yeah.
But then I found the integration of the gods to be pretty wonderful in the Odyssey, where obviously you do see Athena played by Zendaya or embodied by Zendaya in the film, and only Odysseus is the only one who can kind of communicate to her or the only one that sees her. And to me, that revelation where you see from the sacking of Troy from Odysseus' perspective throughout the entire film, and then you have this like it's him flashing back to it, and you keep flashing back to the moment where the statue of Athena is like decapitated in Troy, and then in the revelation where everything kind of tessellates and comes back together towards the end, where you see how much he has been affected by the battle, and you see what he considers to be him breaking the laws that he should be abiding by, and you see that statue be decapitated and it's juxtaposed and intercut with a priestess from there, played by Zendaya, being decapitated as well. And to me, that was a wonderful way for modern audiences to be able to communicate this idea of the gods, because it is an interpretation where someone can watch it and go like, oh, so the gods might not exist, and that may have just been him. That may have just been him being haunted by something in a not in a way that is just symbolism or whatever. But then there's also interpretation of going, well, I think now the god has taken this form to communicate to him directly. And I found that to be really moving of that is the way that Athena has chosen to present herself to him, is in the mold of this priestess that he saw be murdered by his men at Troy. And I found that really like the way that reveals itself in the film. That was probably the most emotional I've ever been in a bloody Christopher Nolan movie.
Yeah, I agree with that. I reckon it was like what I love about it is the ambiguity of, because I remember sitting there thinking, I'm not quite sure, but in a good way, where I'm like, is he remembering specifically a priestess that was decapitated and then the statue being decapitated, or is
him witnessing the statue decapitated and he's visualizing the real Athena?
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's ambiguous in a good way. And I think it's supposed to be. And that's exactly the reason why I did love the Odyssey, apart from the Bronze Age line and the dog dying, was like when you make a movie like Troy, where they're trying to be like sort of like, let's make it gritty and real.
It's a gritty action movie.
Yeah. But it's like, this is what I hate. And I went into this in your podcast when we talked about the movie Alexander.
Yes. Oliver Stone's Alexander.
For me, I have, if you're going to make a historical movie, I want one of two things to happen. One, which is what the Odyssey did, which is an interpretation that you can kind of just take it wherever you want. You're not trying to make something that is historically accurate.
Yeah.
You're not trying to be like, what kind of armor did they wear? You know, you're just like, let's make it look, you know, let's do it like a modern sort of thing, but like in a way that is way over, like the Odyssey isn't even in the realm of historical accuracy in the same way that like Inglourious Bastards isn't.
Yeah.
You know, like it's a fantasy movie basically, because that's what I mean. The Odyssey was a fantasy story from 1,000 years ago. Like it may never, like the whole Trojan War may never have happened. We don't know for sure, but like either make it really historically accurate or go crazy with it. Yeah. But don't do this weird middle ground like Troy, where you're like, don't have any gods, don't have any stuff like that, but also don't be historically accurate. Like make it look cool. Yeah. Like if you're going to go for accuracy, go all the way. Yeah. And if you're not, go all the way into fantasy and
show us some crazy stuff.
And yeah, exactly. Like it's the worst when I watch, like I love that the HBO series Rome. Yeah. Because they try at least, like, you know, when they show, they don't have many battle scenes, but when they do, they're like the Romans stay in formation and stuff. Yeah. It's not just big armies rushing at each other. Like that to me is so fucking cool. Like watching something that is like, this is how ancient battles were actually fought. Like that's interesting to me. But also so is a Cyclops.
Yeah. And Cyclops are very interesting to me.
Cyclops are interesting. I find them fascinating.
Yeah.
And that fucking Cyclops scene was one of the best.
It was beautiful.
I loved it so much. It was so good.
I think I love that Cyclops, and then seeing how they did it practically. It's a big puppet.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
Yeah.
I didn't even know you could make a puppet that big.
Yeah, and that's
I didn't know that was possible, because I'm like,
puppet
it's a
technology.
giant marionette.
They're making Domino's pizzas way smaller, but there's an inverse graph of Domino's pizzas to puppets.
To puppets.
The smaller the Domino's get,
the bigger the puppets
the puppets get. Like it was, and that was what was cool about it, right? Is like anything will feel grounded and real. I'm using air quotes here.
He's quoting. Greg was lifting one hand up in quote one-handed style.
When you use like grounded practical effects,
your eyes believe it and they buy it.
Yeah, exactly. And it's little details that that a lot of filmmakers don't bother thinking about or don't try and think about, like things like when they're in the city of Troy and they're banging on the gongs, you see the gongs look kind of dented and rusted.
You go, someone's banged that gong before. Yeah. This is not the first banging the gongs had.
And you don't necessarily consciously think that, but sometimes you do, but also you just, and you see overgrown grass or you see, just shit like that. It just makes everything feel like, oh, someone actually lives here.
Someone lives here.
Like this is real.
Yeah.
And what was cool about the Odyssey is because Christopher Nolan doesn't use heaps of CG bullshit.
Yeah, he doesn't.
When you see big shots of like the ocean and stuff, like, or like when they're walking through a forest, like it looks like, and it looks like because it is,
your
it's just
eyes
actually on the water. Like,
yes.
I can always tell.
Yeah.
And I hate when I love Martin Scorsese, but I hate how he
uses CGI.
He uses CGI and comp shots so much. I'm like, that looks so fake.
Yeah.
And like, it just like no shot looks that clean, that beautiful, that
real,
well lit from every angle.
Yeah.
Like it's bullshit.
Yeah.
And that's what I liked about the Odyssey was it just felt.
It's no bullshit.
It's no bullshit, man.
There's no bullshit in that movie.
It's no bullshit. And I also, the other thing, and this is the last thing I'll say about the Odyssey.
Yeah.
Is the good thing about, like, I've made a very conscious effort to try and not go on the internet. Like, I go on the internet all the time.
Yeah. You famously love internet.
I love the internet.
Because you can research on there.
I can look stuff up.
Yeah.
I can watch my little docos.
Yeah.
But I'm staying away from comments.
Yeah.
I'm staying away. Like, I'm trying to stay away from like
you don't want to
Reddit.
you don't want to get slurped up into discourse.
Yeah. I hate, and it's crazy. And especially when movies come out that I'm like, I'm definitely going to see that movie. So I'm not going to, I'm going to try and avoid any, whatever. So I don't like, sometimes there'll be controversy about a movie and I don't even know what the controversy is because I've avoided it. And then after I see the movie, then I'm like, all right, what are people saying
What were
about
the controversies? What was Elon Musk banging on about while this is happening?
It makes me so fucking mad. It makes me so fucking mad. Like, and like this movie, like people going like, oh, it breaks the immersion when there's like people that aren't white in the movie.
Yeah.
I'm like, first of all, doesn't the Cyclops break the immersion?
What can you suspend your disbelief for?
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy.
But more than that, and this is what pisses me off a lot, is like we're talking about the fucking Mediterranean in the Bronze Age. If it was historically accurate, hell yeah, there's going to be people
absolutely
that looked at, like, are you fucking kidding me?
It's the center of the world.
People don't know. It's like people don't know, ancient Egypt actually had communication with every fucking.
Yeah.
So like there would have been people from like all, and they didn't know, like back then they didn't even have like, this race or that race. They were just like, oh, do you wear togas? Yeah, you're cool.
You're cool. They should have had Neanderthals in there, I reckon.
Yeah.
And they should have had every kind of person that's ever lived on this planet should have been in the Odyssey. And I think they should have, like, can I tell you, this is so funny.
Yeah.
Because like there was all this controversy about like, people of color playing X, playing yada, yada, yada. That in my algorithm, like I would see things of that because it was being reported in like, culture rags and stuff. But what I was seeing in my algorithm, because I have a Greek algorithm, was Greek people calling for boycotts of the Odyssey because there were no Greek actors in it. But it's a Greek story. There's no Greek representation of the film. And still to this day, I'm still seeing it every day. I saw one yesterday where they said there is one actor of confirmed Greek heritage in the movie, but they wouldn't say who it was because it would be someone so far down the call sheet that it's not, they couldn't find out who it was, but they said there's one confirmed Greek in the Odyssey.
One confirmed Greek. We have one confirmed Greek in the Odyssey. That's correct. We have one confirmed Greek.
But it's like, that's what all the controversy is. And if there's all these very neoconservative Greek newspapers or news Instagram profiles and pages that are aimed at diasporic communities around the world, and they're all these weird like neocon, like these like I would say even Greek supremacist papers and stuff. Yeah. And you see them, they're all these Instagram pages and all the comments are like littered with people being like, boycott this, boycott, no Greek, no Greek. And I reckon he should have just had maybe 3. Just go 3. They don't even have to be
Greek.
Odysseus. You don't need to get John Stamos in there to play Odysseus or anything. But, just a couple.
They should have had. But what's crazy though as well, especially when it goes to like history that's that ancient, like that is like, it's not even Like, first of all, if you're living on Earth today, you definitely have ancestors from ancient Greece, ancient Egypt.
I do.
Like everyone,
for sure.
Like everyone does. Like mathematically,
So you're Greek.
It's the cradle. It wasn't called the cradle of civilization for nothing.
Yeah,
like
the
it's
cradle.
where humans first.
They were mucking around in the cradle.
It's when they first came out of Africa. They went all around the Mediterranean.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not the credit, but also ancient. Like we're talking fucking ancient Bronze Age.
It's
the culture isn't
ago.
even similar
No.
to today. It's not even like they wouldn't have like.
There is something similar.
Sorry,
There is something similar. Yeah.
But it's like they did like it's just so. Like ancient ancient societies are fucking ancient.
Yeah,
like
they're old AF, bro.
They didn't have the same religion. They didn't have they didn't have any kind of like Greek music.
Yeah, no one's doing rebetiko. No one's doing a little dance.
No
one's eating a dolmada.
And almost none of if you went back there and asked them, and you wouldn't be able to talk to them because they speak a language you don't understand. But if you could,
I could probably understand a little bit, but they do have different words. There will be some stuff that I wouldn't understand.
But you'd be like, "Oh, what are you? Are you Greek?" And they'd be like, "What?" And then and they'd mostly say like, "No, I'm like Spartan or Athenian or whatever." Like back then, people didn't really identify with a broader culture as much as they did with their city-state.
They're local,
and they're like, it's fucking crazy. Like, but also if you're gonna fucking like if you're gonna go historically accurate, cool, go full historically accurate. But you can't be going, what's going like. There's a Cyclops, man. There's sirens and stuff. Like, chill.
Would you have liked it if, in the final battle where Odysseus is getting is fighting in there and taking out the men, but then Logan Marshall Green starts dropping like stuff from the roof. He starts dropping like spears and stuff.
Yeah.
What would you have liked if one of them came down and then Odysseus picks up the weapon and he ignites a green lightsaber? Would you think that's awesome?
I would think
You're in this identical movie. But there's a moment where, it's been building up. He sees a thing, he picks it up, presses this little red button on it.
Yeah.
It's Qui-Gon Jinn's lightsaber. It ignites green.
Yeah.
And you hear a little Star Wars riff come through like, da, na, na, na. And then would you be excited?
Yes. Like I would just I would just go, fuck yeah. And now this is if I were Christopher Nolan, I wouldn't I wish I could be. I wish I was a prolific film director just so I could have a career of films, and then make the Odyssey, and then and fucking if the studios don't put up, I'll fucking put up. I'll put up my own money to make the Odyssey, cast Matt Damon, fucking go crazy, have everyone in the world sit through 2 hours and 45 minutes, and then at the end a green lightsaber drops down, they start fighting, and then I just walk out on camera and go, "Hi, I'm Christopher Nolan. You can eat my asshole," and then everyone starts doing a little jig, and then the credits just roll. That would be why doesn't any I know the answer to it as soon as I say it, but why doesn't any film director do that?
Mel Brooks does it. Done it. He's the only guy brave enough to have ever done something like that, where he's made a movie where green lightsaber does get ignited, and people make fun of the credits. So he's your favorite director, Mel Brooks?
Yes, he's one of my favorite directors.
Yeah,
but to make a movie that is just a prank movie, to make a $1 billion prank movie, would be that's why I don't understand billionaires.
Yeah,
if I were Elon Musk, I wouldn't be focusing on making an AI version of the Odyssey. I would pay if I was a trillionaire.
Yeah, sure.
I would literally just go. I would get Christopher Nolan.
Yeah.
Or P.T. Anderson, or any.
I'm going to be your
Steven
patron.
Spielberg. I'll be your patron.
Yeah,
I'm going to give you $1 billion to make a movie that you just make the ending the most fucked thing ever.
Yeah.
Purely for my own entertainment.
You can make the
'Cause
most
it's
powerful
funny
thing that's
to
been
me.
in your heart for your entire life.
Yeah.
But at the end, you need to ignite a green lightsaber and fuck some
Yeah.
shit up for a few minutes.
Yeah.
And then you got to come out. Maybe me and you hold hands at the
Yeah.
end, like at the end of an SNL.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
do an end of an SNL where you say thank you to me and
Yeah.
stuff, and then the credits roll.
Yeah. And that would be like, why aren't, I don't understand why billionaires aren't doing the best pranks.
Yeah.
Like, I'd be pranking.
You'd be pranking it
I'd
out.
be fucking pranking. I'd be getting famous recording artists to make shit albums on purpose. I'd fund a TV series of the scale of House of the Dragon for 4 seasons and then just make the last season fucked. Well, actually, they already
They've done that, man.
They did
They
that.
did that, actually.
that was just a prank.
Yeah.
It was just a prank, bro.
It was
just
a prank, man.
bro.
It was just a prank.
Fuck. Even as I said it, I was like, wait, that is exactly what.
They did it, and they took longer to do
Yeah.
it than just 4 seasons.
Yeah, they did 8
They did it in 8.
seasons.
They
And the
sucked you in
season.
for 8.
And then they're just like, fucking, let's have a coffee cup in
They
there.
fished you in and go, hey, you know what? Let's just chill for the last one.
Yeah, just
Chill,
fucking chill, dude.
guys. Stand down, relax, everybody. Not be so stringent anymore.
What's the timeline for ChatGPT coming out and the last season of Game of Thrones?
Oh, it's a few. Is it?
It's
Is
a
it?
few years. Maybe they were testing out
They were testing
ChatGPT.
it out.
That's how they tested it out.
Yeah. GPT, Game of Thrones.
Well, anyway, that's Nolan chat.
We talked Nolan.
We talked Nolan. That's the first episode. It's Nolan, the Odyssey. We'll be back with more Odyssey after this.
The Greg Larson Show. The big unit is ready to go. The Greg Larson Show. Muck around on the Mazapan. A fresh custom.